Hey friends, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Morgan and you are on my homestead here in Wyoming. And today is an exciting day because we are going to start freeze drying some fruit for the winter and also for hunting trips. So as a lot of you know, we do a lot of hunting in the fall and winter, and with that it's important that we are eating well, and fruit is all in season right now, so it's delicious. So I decided that we should be preserving our fruit, the fruit that comes out of the garden eventually. It's not quite ready yet, but also the fruit that we can get from farmers markets and the store, and we need to start preserving those so that we have fresh fruit for the winter and also for hunting season. One thing that I realized when we were doing our pantry challenge this past winter is I missed fruit. I absolutely love fruit, and so that was something that I was really missing during the pantry challenge that we did this past winter, and that is some notes that I took away. Is I need to make sure that we have fruit preserved in different ways. So we always have fruit in the freezer, but sometimes I just want to like grab an apple for a snack or something, and I couldn't do that in the pantry challenge. So I'm working hard on kind of boosting our storage of fruit going into this winter. So today we're going to be preserving mangoes, apples, raspberries, and strawberries. So first thing we need to do is just get our fruit prepped and ready. So let's go ahead and get it cut up, peeled, put into the way that we want it, and then we'll get it on our trays and stuck into the freeze dryer. Alrighty, so the first thing I want to do is get our mangoes going. I did get our raspberries and strawberries all washed, so our raspberries are ready to go. I need to cut up our strawberries, mangoes, and we're gonna do some apples as well. So actually, strawberries do a lot better sitting out. Mangoes and apples tend to turn brown, so I'm gonna actually start with strawberries and get these ready. These were very, very ripe, so there are a few spots that I just want to cut off. You always want to preserve your food in the highest quality possible. So I'm just going to cut off some of those spots, and then I have a bowl here that we can put it in. And then here is our scrap pole for the chickens. There's definitely, you can go around the peel or the stem, but I like to leave a little bit of fruit on it for the animals because they absolutely love it. So it's like my little gift to them whenever we cut up fruit. So I'm gonna start with the strawberries. So one reason that I love freeze drying is it keeps about 90% of the nutritional value intact for the food, which is huge because a lot of like dehydrating, sometimes freezing things, you lose a lot of the nutritional value. And so it's just, I mean, obviously it's still very good for you, but it's not as good for you. And especially when we're hunting, I find that my body just craves like fruit and vegetables, and so I think it's because my body's just lacking those vitamins when we're in the backcountry, just based off of the foods that we're eating. And so I'm excited to be able to have some freeze-dried food because it's going to be a way that I'm able to get a lot of nutrition in very lightweight. And for the winter, it's a way for us to be able to get the benefits and the vitamins that come from these fruits in the winter. So I'm super excited to have these. You can also use freeze-dried fruit not only just to eat, but you can make really good granola out of it. You could reconstitute it and make smoothies with it. I mean, the world is really your oyster, and that's what I absolutely love about it. There's so many different things that we can do with it. And I like to just have that security of having it on the pantry shelf. So, enough of me chatting. I'm gonna go ahead and get these strawberries all preserved, or all cut up. And then I will catch you when we move on to our mangoes and apples. All right, next I'm gonna move on to our mangoes. And I'm just gonna peel these and then we'll cut them into slices. This mango smells really good. It's the best time of year, just the fruit and everything. It just like brings me back to life. It's so sweet. And you don't have to wait like, I feel like in the winter months, obvious reasons, when you buy a mango, you know, it sits on your counter for 2 weeks and fingers crossed it doesn't go bad in that amount of time just for it to be soft enough for you to even do anything with. So I am so excited. I know I always say this, but I think mangoes are so hard to peel. It's like so slippery. It's holding on for dear life. All right, mangoes are peeled. Let's go ahead and get them cut. So I like to just hold them the long ways. and run my knife along the pit. You can feel with your knife where the pit is, and I didn't do a very good job peeling this, so once it's cut, we'll have to get it a little better. And you can run pretty close to the pit. So, all right, and then this is the seed, so that's gonna go out to the pigs. They love to just like gnaw on it. It's really cute. And then I'm just going to slice this up pretty thinly. All right, mangoes are cut and ready to go. Now let's just get our apples processed. All right, friends, so we got this apple peeler from Sam's grandma. This is one that she used to use, so I think it's fun that we get to keep it going in the family. So I like to just use it like that, and then it just makes these awesome rings that I just break apart. And I like to put a towel down because I find this makes quite the mess, and then to get the the core up, you just pull it back. I do find this is great because it keeps the apples all similar in size, and it also cores them. So they kind of freeze dry at the same rate, which is great. How fun and fast is that? I love this thing. And then you can keep your peels if you want. You could make like some juice out of them, but with our animals, I'm gonna just give it to the chickens and the pigs. All right, we have our fruit ready to go. So I'm gonna start with the raspberries, and I'm putting the raspberries on a mat because raspberries are a pretty delicate fruit, and I worry that they might stick to the trays just a little bit. And if that were to happen, they'd kind of fall apart. So I'm gonna put these on the mat just to make sure that we're able to get them off. Look how good these raspberries look. They're huge. I'm so excited. Our raspberry bush is out in the garden. I'll have to give you an update here soon, but they are absolutely thriving this year. I think we're gonna get a ton of raspberries off of the bushes, or off the plants, so I am so excited, and raspberries are my favorite fruit ever, so to be able to grow enough to give us a great harvest over the summer, oh, I would be so, so excited. Next, let's do our mango, just because I have it right here. So for this, I'm just taking the slices and laying them down. They can be pretty close to one another. Alrighty, there's our mango slices. Next, let's go on with our apples, and for these I like to just make single rings, so I just break them off at the next ring point, and we really enjoy them that way, and they freeze dry really well. Apples are done, and lastly we have our strawberries. And on something like this, you want to do skin side down where applicable, which feels backwards to me always. All right, into the freeze dryer these all go. All right, so in the freeze dryer we have the fruit. This was already frozen because I had another project going in there, so I didn't defrost it, so this should go a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and hit the start button and get this going.
All right, well, what we have here is 4 different fruits that we put through the freeze dryer. So we're doing a little bit of an experiment here. The end goal is to make some freeze-dried meals for backpacking, camping, hunting trips like that for breakfast. So they'll be added to different oatmeals and other type things, but for now we just want to do an experiment, figure out which ones rehydrate the best with boiling water. So to do that, we have these individual ones, have some water boiling here that will add to it, and then we will soak a few of each for about 8 minutes, because that's usually about how long most backpacking freeze-dried meals take. So just see where they would get to at the level it would take to reconstitute some oats. And then I'm sure someone's going to say, when you use those bags, they're sealed up and all that. That's true, that it will lose a little extra heat, but also we're at about 5,000 feet here, whereas a lot of time elk camp is at 12,000 feet, and the boiling temperature of water lowers about every 1 degree Fahrenheit every 500 or so feet. So you lose 24 degrees of your boiling temperature, so not apples to apples or strawberries to strawberries, but it's close.
That's so witty.
Just going to add a little boiling water in each, and I'll let Morgan add the fruit behind me.
All right, here we have our apples. Do 2 pieces so we can both try. Then we have strawberries, raspberries, and our mango. While we wait for these to reconstitute, I'm going to do a quick taste test too, because I don't know about Sam, but I have never had a freeze-dried mango or a freeze-dried raspberry. So I figured, let's try them, because I know freeze-dried apples are a really good snack. I love freeze-dried strawberries in granola, so let's see what freeze-dried raspberries are like. They're so weird.
Huge.
They were huge raspberries when I stuck them in.
Okay.
They're sour.
Very sweet.
Very sour.
They're good though.
Was yours sour?
Extremely.
Oh my gosh.
But I like warheads and things like that.
Very sour, and I would say the seeds are really prominent.
Yeah, but I like it. If you like really sour things, if you go for Sour Patch Kids and things like that, it's very good.
And these were really
very
ripe.
Sour.
Like really ripe when we put them in, so it's not that they weren't ripe. I think they're just sour. Okay, mango. That's nice.
That's a winner. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Looks better than regular mango. It's actually more mellow.
It's very similar to the apples, with just a little mango hint.
Yeah, same texture.
Strawberries. I like strawberries, but I don't love them. They're a little... These ones are actually really good.
Really good.
They get a little sour for me too. And the apples are phenomenal. Okay. The raspberries look the exact same. They look real.
Yeah. Still
Alright.
another 5 minutes on these.
We'll catch you when these are done. Alright, it is time. We are going to give these a go. So first we're going to start with, let me show you these. Here's our apple. Oh, I'm nervous. It's like apple pie filling.
Yeah, it's like a crunchier, solid piece of applesauce.
Yeah, it still has the like little bit of a crunch that an apple pie would have. It tastes like a baked apple. Not bad.
Pretty good.
Kind of like rainwater out. That's what gets me. Okay, strawberry. At first I hated it. Now I don't mind it.
It's chewier than a fresh strawberry would be.
Yeah, if you're like a texture person, I don't think that'd be for you. It's like chewy and slimy. But it tastes
Flavor's
great.
still there though.
Raspberry. These literally look perfect. Oh.
I think it tastes like a raspberry. I thought it was a lot of the sour.
You did.
You apparently didn't.
Maybe yours was cooked more. Ooh, those are so sour.
I thought those just tasted like a warm raspberry.
Sour, really. Yeah, I don't love that.
Really?
It's still
It's my favorite so far.
Really? Okay.
I think that's the closest to how they actually taste.
There's the mango. Oops. There's the mango. I think that's the most similar because it's slimy like the mango.
Regained its sliminess. Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
You can make like a mango salsa out of that.
Yeah. All of them were totally fine with not being crunchy, so it was the right amount of time. So they all work for it. They all retain their flavor. I would say mangoes are the closest to fresh when rehydrated. The raspberries were second. The apples were, I don't know, they tasted like applesauce to me, so
yeah.
A very familiar taste at least. And the strawberries were kind of just there.
I would agree. I think the mangoes are my favorite, then I like the apples, then the strawberries, then the raspberries, which is wild because raspberries are my favorite fruit in real life, well, in normal fruit life.
Very good.
Okay. That was super fun. Thanks for coming along with us and giving this a try. I would make oatmeal out of any of these. I think the raspberry one would really wake you up in the morning with how sour it is, but I think all of those would be winners. If you liked today's video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, and we will catch you all in the next one. Bye, friend.